Please read this disclaimer carefully before proceeding further.
Alright traders, welcome back to analysis of Forex pairs. My name is Vic. Thanks for joining me here. We are going to look at AUD USD, EURUSD GBPUSD, and probably USDCAD as well. And I know I have not been actually doing it for quite a while because I try to manage my time by looking at other things, such as, like, I covered UK oil, US oil, indices, and then, like, I try to look at other markets, but I'm constantly looking at DXY and gold. And if you haven't actually seen the DXY analysis, go and check it out, because that is definitely going to impact what we are going to suggest, what we are going to analyze today. DXY is showing the dollar strength, and all of these pairs are dollar based. So let's start with AUD USD. On AUD USD, what we have, this is like, we did this analysis I don't know, like a month ago, and these FCP zones kind of, like, they are still valid, except for this one, which was actually broken. But if you go to the higher time frame, this is still working out perfectly fine. However, let's do one thing. Let's clean it up and then start doing it from the scratch. So let's remove everything and go to the monthly time frame. Let's see what's happening right there. Okay, so if you just squeeze back down, what we see that AUDUSD had a huge strength, and it kept on going, like, all the way to this place, and this is the first place it actually started to react. And the reason behind that is not just the previous structure around here, because technically speaking, it has not even reached the, like, the top of the structure. This is more about, like, kind of a W pattern which was completed around here, and that's why it is falling down. Now, current month, it can still complete as, like, as a bullish candle. Why? Because you see, this candle is not a good sign, bearish sign, but it also depends on how the market plays out in terms of dollar strength. So keep an eye on DXY anyway. And this was all a bad behavior, and that's why it got cleaned up. So what do we have now is, if I draw fib from here all the way to this place, then I've got this particular level here, which is very, very important, and then I've got this level here, that's also important. If I go to the weekly time frame, now what can we do about weekly? Now we see that there is an M pattern forming, probably. So we have this level here, and obviously the highest point is also going to be very, very important. So these levels are available to us on weekly. Let's go to the daily time frame. Oops, sorry. Let's go to the daily time frame here. On daily time frame, the market is simply consolidating, and it could be forming a head and shoulders pattern, but it hasn't developed, and I do not personally believe in head and shoulders pattern as such. But so let's see what it can actually do. So for that, what we will do is, we will start to study the part of this structure. Okay, right now this is looking bearish, but there is one particular level which is 80340, right? Now remember, this has hit the round number, so 80268, near about that level. So 802, let's say it's 5, actually 8. Oops, 268. Yes, that's the one, right? Okay, remember, it has hit 8,000 level here, which is the psychological number. So it can actually go back up to, like, create a double top or divergence kind of setup, and that is why we can look for a bullish movement in this market. And that's why I also suggested, like, that was not a good bearish sign on monthly time frame. It can still go back up, and you see the market is already trying to do a W pattern which can lead us to something like this. However, for now, what we can say is that market could be heading into something like this level here and this level, and if those levels are broken, then it's going to go to the upside. And you obviously are looking at this structure level here if you are looking for a long. Now market has already created the same pattern here, and that is why it is going up. So let's draw fib on it. Okay, and we also have kind of W structure appearing here. Like, it is still forming, it is not ready yet, but if that happens, then what we can do is this can bring us to near about this zone here. Okay, and this zone is what we call as FCB zone. Okay, now that is the bullish side of it. How do you play this? You play like this. If the market breaks through this level, if it starts to break through this level, then we are going to this level, and then we follow the arrows. At each of these levels, the market has a potential to turn back as well. So treat these levels as support and resistance. Okay, now market is also creating an M pattern here, which can lead us back into the downward move. Okay, so that is the zone that we have got for AUDUSD on the bearish side of things. And obviously this is also a very good level here because it's a previous structure level. So this is what we have on AUDUSD. Let's see, let me just find if there is anything else. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, and I'm just trying to find a better level here. I think there is a specific level that I should be looking at. So this 96. Yeah, that is also a very good level here. So if the market starts to fall down and you get a confirmation, then this is where it is going to go. If it starts to go higher, then these are the levels that you have got, right? So all of these levels are important in AUDUSD. Hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button, and in the comment section put in a comment telling me how do you find this analysis, what was your opinion on AUDUSD. Let's move on to EURUSD. On EURUSD, there's a lot of clutter here, so let's do one thing. Let's clean it up and start afresh, and we'll go to obviously to the monthly time frame. On monthly time frame, what happened here is, let me show you that market created this very nice W pattern here. It was supposed to get completed here, it did not, but now it has been completed, and that's why the market has been falling down. But remember, I told you in DXY, like, this month is very, very crucial. It can actually lead into a positive bullish candle. And there is another pattern which is forming, is this. You get a bullish candle here, and then you get 3 red candles, and then you get a bullish candle. So if this month ends like this, then there is a good chance that next month can be a bullish candle again. So these are all the simple patterns that markets actually create. Okay, so what we have is that market has completed the W pattern, and that's why it has been falling down, and these are the levels that we are interested in. So this is previous structure level, and that's a very good level, and we also are interested in this level here because this is also previous structure level, and obviously this is a good level here as well. Okay, so if I go to the monthly time frame, what I can expect that market can actually go all the way back to this level here, upwards to 1.20403 level here, and this is also creating an M pattern here, so the market can actually fall back down. So what do we have on Euro? Let's look at the daily time frame now. On daily time frame, what we see is that we have got an M pattern, and that means the market is expected to go higher. Okay, and we already have got those levels, and let's look at this one, we got those levels as well. Okay, so now this is also an important level. Why? Because it is a previous structure level here, and it is also confluencing with the fib. So let's look at 4 hour. On 4 hour again we have this W pattern forming, which means that we can measure it, and that can lead us into somewhere around here, near about this level here. So how do we play this? The plan is, if the market starts to go higher, higher from here, then it will come into this zone, this level, and if it starts to go higher, then it will come into this level here, and this will act as kind of like an FCP zone here. I know this is a little wider, so there can be little fine-tuned FCP zones within this bigger one. So this is what we have. Okay, actually let's leave that. Right, so I mean these are the levels which it can go to, and if it starts to fall down, then obviously the next level can be like this. Now if you keep on going to the lower time frames, it will give you even better opportunities. So the market is expected to fall to near about this level here. Yeah, there is a medium level here as well. Let me give you that. So that's what we have on EURUSD. It's complete in-depth analysis and your trading plan as well. So if you enjoyed this, if you found this useful in any way, make sure to hit the like button and put in a comment. That will help us to reach more traders, and that's how you show the support to the channel as well. Thank you. Let's look at the GBPUSD. Okay, on GBPUSD has been really good. Like, you know, it has been absolutely bullish, and we have been able to take very nice trades on GBPUSD. But what's going on? Let's look at on monthly time frame first. Okay, so on monthly time frame, what we see, that market is creating a W pattern, right? This is how it is looking. And if it is creating a W pattern, what does it mean? It means that market can fall down, right? However, because it has been so bullish, and because the DXY is getting bullish, but it is still not there, it hasn't found, like, you know, proper strength, so it can actually still go up, like, you know, pretty much like AUDUSD. So my bias on GBPUSD is still upwards, but we'll have to wait and watch what actually happens there. Let's look at weekly time frame. Okay, on weekly time frame, this is looking like completely overextended. It's huge overextension here, and that shows me bad behavior. That means that, you know, GBPUSD at some point in time is going to fall pretty hard. That's quite a possibility, and I'll be like, you know, I personally will be trying to capitalize on that, because this is one of the best ones. Remember what I told you about USD JPY? Same behavior. I mentioned this, like, you know, a few months ago. I said, like, you know, this was going to get killed by a huge move. Same thing is happening around here. So it is going to get killed by a huge move downwards, and that is also being supported by this W pattern. When it completes, the market goes down. So I'll be waiting for a very good short position. Like, you know, I'll be building, like, you know, multi-day or multi-week sort of position on British pound. But for now, what do we have? Let's go to the we are at the weekly time frame. Let's go to the daily time frame and see what is going on. So if I look at the daily, okay, we have an M pattern forming, and we also have a W pattern forming here, right? So that means the market can go to near about let me just put that line here. Okay, somewhere around here. So you see, it has come to I think one of the round numbers was here. Yeah, 1.42 level was there, and then it came to 1.4. So this is what I'm expecting. If the market actually breaks through this level right now, where it is trending. Let me just correct the fib. If it is trending, if it breaks through this level, then it is expected to go to near about here, and the next level after that will be somewhere around here, and then that will be the last bit of it. Okay, so that's what I am looking at. At any of these levels, the market can fall down. As I mentioned, like, I'll be very interested in looking at short positions at some point in time, and that most probably can actually happen on the close of this quarter, because the March is ending. We are in the middle of March, so in 2 weeks time a lot of movement will start to happen in the market, like, in stocks and DXY and other places. The first quarter ending is going to be very important, so watch out for that. We are left with 2 weeks, so that's what we have. And if the market starts to go down, then we are looking at near about this level or so. Okay, so this is another level that we have got, structure level here, and the FCP zone is near about here. And then we have got another FCP zone, which is somewhere around here, because this is very narrow, so I can call that as an FCP zone. It's not technically FCP zone, because on FCP zones we need to have a specific conditions, but just for, like, just trying to keep this analysis as simple as possible, that's why I'm saying. Okay, let's see if you can find anything else. Okay, on 4-hour time frame, we see that market is falling, so we can look for near about this level or so for market to fall. Okay, so this is what we have on GBPUSD. If you found this useful, make sure you hit the like button and share it with other traders as well. They'll also benefit from this analysis. And so far we have covered AUDUSD, EURUSD, GBPUSD, and let's look at USDCAD. USDCAD also has been absolutely brilliant. Let's see. Right, so it has right now come back into this level, which we identified a few months ago, and it is back in here. That means I'm expecting market to move upwards, but not that easy. Okay, let's remove all this, go to the monthly time frame. Let's see what's happening. Okay, on monthly time frame, what we have here is that market is created an M pattern, and if we draw fib on it, okay, right now this is standing in FCP zone. Okay, and this was initial reaction here, and market has come back down. So if that is the case, then it can fall down to near about this level as well. But remember, this is monthly time frame, so you do not have to worry about that right now. But in case, like, you're thinking of a long-term position or something like that, then that can be a good area. If the market starts to roll down, then this will be a good area, because that's also, this is very close to 1.2 round number as well. Okay, but what I see that, this is looking like a bad behavior again, and that means the market can some way, like, it will start to go higher up at some point in time very soon, and if that happens, then it is going to be very quick. Now if I come to, give me just 1 second, if I go to the weekly time frame, I missed that. Okay, and remove these fibs and draw from that level to here. This level is very important. And let's go to the daily time frame. On here, what we have is that we have an M pattern here. That means the market is expected to go higher. So let's see where it can go higher from. So that can be, if I just click it, 2, 3, 8. This can happen on the weekly time frame. On weekly time frame, the market can actually fall into this level just to collect all the stop losses. You see, a lot of people actually started to go high up. That is why it can fall back down. And if USDCAD is going to do something like this, then make sure you are watching US oil and UK oil positions and AUDUSD as well. So you have to be careful with that. Okay, so if I draw fib on it, that looks like exactly where it is going to come to, and watch that level. In fact, this is a very good FCP zone that you should be looking at. Okay, and once the market has reached these levels, then we are expecting an upward move, and this is the M pattern, so let's measure it. Yep, that looks perfect. So this is, it's a little wider zone, but for the sake of simplicity of this analysis, I'm actually giving it this. In our own analysis or in students area, will be very specific exactly where it is going to go to. So this is what I'm looking at. If the market actually starts to go through this level, so far it has not been able to, right? So that means it is still has a potential to go higher. If it breaks through it, then we are looking at this FCP zone, and it can fall all the way down into the lower end of the FCP zone before it starts to move higher, right? That's what we have. So that concludes our analysis on currency pairs for this week. I hope you enjoyed this, found this useful. If you did, support this channel please for the free analysis, in-depth analysis and tutorials. Your support motivates us to come up with better videos and better analysis every week, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.
If you're interested in learning how to analyze the markets the way I do using Fibonacci Confluence, then head over to vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see Core Strategy Training Program. On this page you will be able to see the testimonials of previous students and also look at the brochure. The brochure has a lot more information, including the course structure and the Fibonacci Confluence Training Program curriculum. This is a very extensive program in which we cover basic core Fibonacci concepts along with the advanced concepts to analyze the markets with high probability. If you're interested in joining this program, come to vikinsa.com, and under training section you'll be able to see and submit this form.